Renowned psychologist, Holocaust survivor, and author of the landmark book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl once wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. The ability to choose our attitude despite circumstances. One of the more powerful lessons we can learn, I believe, as human beings, and one of the tools that we can use to really make the impact that we want to in this world. Several years ago, I was honored to take part in a month-long leadership training in Southern California. We had people from all over North and South America attending. And one of the first sessions we were together, the facilitator sat in front of the room and he surveyed everyone that was seated in front of him. And he said, "Most of you in this room are living your lives backwards." I thought that was an interesting statement. So I got out my pen, got ready to take some notes. He said, "Most of you in this room are living your lives backwards. You're living your life from a perspective of have, do, be. Have, do, be. When I have enough money, then I'll do the things I say I want to do, and then I'll be happy." And I had to admit, I was kind of in that camp. He said, "When I have more time, then I'll do the things I told my kids I would do, and I'd be a better parent." Or, "When I have more customers, then I'll do the expansion in my business and I'll be more successful." And you know, what he was saying is that none of those things on the outside are necessarily bad. But if we're just relying on our outside circumstances to bring us happiness, we're probably never going to be as happy and quote unquote successful as we wish to be. Because what he was really saying and what he went on to share is that most people who are really getting it done and really doing it well, they look at those words, have, do, be, and they flip them around. They look at life from a perspective of be, do, have. Be, do, have. If you want to have more collaboration, if you want to have more consistency, if you want to have more love, if you want to have more companionship in your world, start being that way. Then do the things that support that way of being, and then you can have what you want. You know, many of us, particularly in this day and age, we are inundated with things that are happiness from the outside. And we look at the world and we're impacted by what we're hearing. But what we really start to realize is that our level of happiness, our level of contentedness, our level of success, if you will, is really an inner game. It's not something that the outside world dictates. It's something that we create on the inside, and then we project that out into the world. Now, I have to admit, you have to be a little careful when you decide to make this choice. For instance, if you're asking the universe for patience, for instance, you're probably not going to wake up one day feeling like Mother Teresa. What's probably going to happen is the world is going to bring you circumstances in order to demonstrate patience. It's going to be your child asking for that thing one more time. It's going to be that guy that cuts you off in traffic, or that person that's slow in the grocery line. But the fact of the matter is when we learn to control and guide our inner way of being, then the way that we interact in the world is going to be much more up-leveled. And what we understand is that the way that we interact with the world from the inside out, it allows us to deal with any circumstance that we have. So my challenge for you and for me this week is, how are you being? What is the way of being that you're bringing into the world? And what can you do to up-level your way of being? So when you're interacting with people, when you're in your business, when you're in your relationships, you can make sure that you are choosing your own attitude. And it's that one thing that no one can take away. So anyway, there you have it, my friends. There's my little message for this week. How are you being? I challenge all of you to up-level in that way and see the magic that occurs in your life as a result. So this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching, and we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.